Scorpio's second half of the month, November 2024. So let's have a look what's the main theme for you for that second half of November. Specifically, meditate. That is powerful because I just did some reading for another sign and I had quite a similar theme. So there is something happening in this universe when we need all to slow down on some sense, but it is actually logical because it's the end of the year and we really need to become much more contemplative. So what I am seeing here, I remember that for November specifically, for you Scorpios, I've done the reading that the main theme is actually go for it and act on it. Once we start going for something, acting for something, what is happening, we start really increasing the speed. It's just like we were riding the car with a specific speed, and then we start increasing the speed with every new endeavor, every new acquaintance, relationship, whatever. Maybe some of you can relate to that. When we fall in love, the increase in speed is obvious. When we start working on a new job, we kind of like see everything is happening quite quickly. When we go to something new, it's just a bit more increased speed. So it was exactly, I remember, the Knight of Wands for you in the reading for the main theme of November. So it's kind of like this second half of November is saying to you, hey, just a bit slow down, meditate it. It's not just like, oh, Yulia, I never meditated, I hate it. I don't say meditate. I'm saying just slow down a bit, because if you do not slow down a bit, it may end up being not really a good thing, because we want to, with every increase of speed, we want to still think about that safety perspective for us, because we only have one chance in this game, right? If we get out of the game on the car, it takes too much time to restore our body. Right? So we really want to be cautious from that perspective. So please have it in mind, dear Scorpio. All right. So how can you ride this wave of the second half of the month in the best way ever for you personally, for your career, and for your relationships? Meaning, do you need to open up in this period too much? Do you need to shut down a bit? I would love to understand a bit more specifics, because it seems like for the second half of the month, it's just like, slow down a bit. Some things are happening on your end, and just what does it mean slow down for you personally? How can you take care maybe about yourself? What's specifically you need to do for yourself to ride the wave of the second month correctly? Because we don't want still to completely be out of the game, right? Probably that slow down mode came to you just to keep that delicate balance and still to make that new thing which came into your life work, right? Because too much speed may actually kill us. Too much speed is like rising temperature, so it's just like, oh, slightly less temperature. But how can we still make it work? We don't want to stop, right? So what do we need to do for ourselves specifically? Three of Wands. Oh, I see patience. The Magician. Eight of Cups. All right. And Four of Swords. Beautiful. Death. Do not get frightened, please. King of Cups. So when we see such combination of cups, I would love to actually pull one more card, Queen of Pentacles. So first of all, no worries. Everything will end up eventually well for you, dear Scorpios. And this card, in fact, is the card of inner, deeper transformation. This is actually the card of a Scorpio in general, by the way. In fact, for the major arcana cards, it's your card in the tarot cards, in fact. And this is very, very interesting just to observe these 6 months of cards. First of all, everything will end up well if you just listen to me attentively. We have a really, really good finish of the cards. It's the Queen of Pentacles, meaning that materially wise, everything will end up well. So do not see it like, something is happening, I see death. No. You need to learn to read tarot cards correctly because the sequence matters, the combination of cards matters, and there are different messages which cards portray you, which cards really give you during the reading, and sequence matters. How they lay down matters, and the question which you ask matters. That's exactly everything what I'm teaching in my website, if you would love to get a bit deeper into that, because truly that truthful inquiry within, when you do it on your own, wonders are happening. You can heal yourself from that perspective, from any kind of worries, concerns, restore yourself back to balance quite quickly if you do it right. Okay, step-by-step approach. Now, first of all, we start from patience. That is the main theme which you want to have. So again, that patience is going in coherence with that slow down, baby. So slow down a bit, and patience, if it is combined with the magician, it's just showing that especially you need to be cautious when they are together. Because if you don't follow this tip of advice, magician may create lots of issues. Imagine if magician is not having a good character. We actually have so many characters into the Hollywood movies, right? And they are destroying the world, then they are trying to save the world, for the God's sake. You know, so they have so much powers into their hands, and just because still the character doesn't have that patience within it, it starts destroying the world through lots of powers accumulated in that character. And this is a very powerful theme of the month for you, dear Scorpios. You are very powerful during these months when things are happening. And you remember I told you, just do it, just go for it. The energy levels are extremely high. You can manifest and create many things through these months. But at the same time, if things will start speeding up too quickly, what may happen is actually instead of creating something beautiful, this guy may become like a black magician destroying things. Now, another metaphor for you here, beautiful Scorpios. Do you remember Wonder Woman's second part in the sequel? When they all people received those magical powers, they started creating uncontrollably, and actually the whole world was destroyed nearly, right? So when our character is not affixed, when we don't have that inner patience, when we don't have that loving attitude towards ourselves and others, we may actually start destroying the world when we don't have attention affixed. And this is where actually these card steps enter exactly after this guy, which is saying to you, Scorpios, pay attention to your attention. Be the master of your attention. If you do not be the master of your attention, and this guy is not supported by neither patience nor attention, what may happen is he may start consequently destroying the world which he already started creating. Okay, so please have that patience and always pay attention to your attention, what you are thinking about. Very, very important, because those thoughts, if you do not allow them to walk away from you, you do not reflect, consequently being in that bit more relaxed mode, what may happen is this: the project may be destroyed. It's just the explanation what may happen, okay? And the cards are literally showing you the picture. They are falling one after one. I'm showing the pictures these cards lay out, falling one after one. That's why I'm saying the consequence of cards layout matters here, right? That's how you can read the whole story. If you're really interested, again, how to read the story correctly, you can find it all in the website. I have a ton of free resources, how you can do it in a much more correct way. Absolutely everyone can do it. It is not something unique what I am doing here, by the way. It's just a skill set. And truly, my mission here, what I'm seeing for everyone, is that everyone can do that self-digging in a much more correct, beautiful way for themselves. Because when we do it for ourselves, currently I'm doing it generally for everyone. When we start doing it for ourselves, we can even dig deeper, do that extended set of readings for ourselves. Now, in fact, this guy is also the seed of transformation. It has another side. So in case if you see already some destruction happening with that new endeavor, with the new relationships or the new project where you stepped into, you want to immediately reflect and see how can you transform it. Because you see, like, if you start being the master of your attention, and you remember this is an important thing, you must be the master of your attention. If you start, you can see the new things may start growing actually. All right. If you're not the master of your attention, what may happen is you will only see this figure laying down, death, destruction. And what it is saying to you further is that you can absolutely master it from the perspective of your heart. You may actually have that attitude of like sitting still in the center of your heart center. So in my booklet, in fact, I would love to give you that affirmative statement for that King of Cups. The booklet is accompanying these cards. So for the King of Cups specifically, let's have a look at it. Which kind of affirmative statement can rebalance you back to that self-loving attitude? I put focus on my emotions by not trying to rationalize everything, right? Just because you were trying to rationalize probably everything, do you remember how it's supported with these cards? We must let go of all these unnecessary rationalization and sense of control. And so in case if you have you may stop this video and you make a picture of it, and you can really start writing it down in your journal, right? In the evening before you go sleeping. And it may help you to actually rewire yourself back to center. And then there is another affirmative statement which you can use for the Queen of Pentacles. Let's have a look at it so that you could wire yourself even more for the success of your endeavor. So Queen of Pentacles, I am caring, abundant, and free. I am caring, abundant, and free. So I would strongly recommend using that affirmative statement. Just first of all, use this voice. When we affirm something here, it's like a praying. And it's really working. It's already a scientifically proven fact. You can read about it in Google. When we write something, we literally start that new wiring process. Why? Because we have that neuroplasticity into our brains. So please have this in mind. It's not some magic, it's actually science. So if you do these simple steps, I promise you, you will be able to pass through this period, not just withdrawing yourself from the project, but by just having that patience, slowing a bit down, and really in the end making it work, sitting like the Queen of Pentacles, having that motherly, nurturing attitude towards where you are involved currently, and really avoiding this truly to happen. Okay?